All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy Labor Day to all of you laborers. Happy day off to all of you intellectuals. And welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am that guy, and we are going to be making an absolute classic today. Classics come in many forms, people. Many forms. You got all kinds of classics. You got your old classics. You got your new classics. You got your medium classics. You got your classic cars. You got your classic one-liners. And then you have your IBA classics. IBA classics are cocktails that are sanctioned, more or less, by a group of old white dudes with funny accents called the IBA, the International Bartender Association. That is the group that decided that they hated going into bars across the world. Listen to this. Listen to how privileged these characters were. They hated, while they were traveling to foreign lands, walking into bars and having to explain how they wanted their drinks made. That is how this whole thing started. That's how this whole, I assume it was a boys' club for a long time. Now it's everybody, I think. I've never met anybody from the IBA. Let's be honest about that. Some great classics are on there. The Manhattan, the Martini, the Martinez. There's, of course, the Margarita. There is the Long Island Iced Tea. Finds its way onto the IBA Classics list. But the one we are doing today is going to have a bit more of a tropical flair. This cocktail was invented by a man named Benito Cupini. Clearly, one of the more Italian gentlemen that's ever lived. Benito Cupini. That's great. Paul asks, are they like those shadowy masons? Get my thing there. They like those shadowy masons. Yeah, I assume they are. I dare you, first of all, I dare you to introduce me to one person that's been to North Dakota. I don't believe it exists. I'm no conspiracy theorist, but you show me one person that's from North Dakota, I'll change my mind. Met plenty of South Dakotans. Not a single North Dakotan. Also, you show me one person that has met somebody from the IBA, I will change my tune. I think it's made up. Because the story's so silly. A bunch of dudes traveling around, probably with those steamer trunks. Get there. I must have a white lady, and I want her to be exactly like I have it back in my good old jolly England. That's how I imagine most of them look. Anyway, this one was created by a guy named Benito Cupini. He was a bartender on a very important place to be a bartender. There are a couple great places to be bartenders. There's, of course, dank, downtown, cold bars like I used to work in. There's the secret bartender at Chuck E. Cheese. That's, will get the parents drunk. If you don't know about it, look it up. Don't look it up. I made it up. But there's also cruise ships. Have you ever gone to a cruise ship and not absolutely gotten plastered thinking all the drinks were free? And what happens? End of the cruise, you get a bill, $8,000. It's a good job. It's a good job. Anyway, this guy was doing this for a while. He was making this drink. He was really this is 1950s. We're talking about cruise ships, much smaller, more like cruise boats at this point, or like cruise marines, very tiny compared to the behemoths that we had, the little cities on float. So anyway, he was trying to get this thing figured out. He finally figured it out. He named it after a nightclub that his buddy was running in Portofino, Italy, called the Barracuda. We are making the Barracuda cocktail today, so get your pineapples ready.
Suddenly, pineapples. Suddenly, pineapples. Suddenly, pineapples.
This drink was originally served in a pineapple, in an actual pineapple, cut, sliced, hollowed out, poured in. That was how this was originally done, not no mo. Eventually, the cruise line that he was creating this on was called Cristoforo Colombo lines. I doubt it exists anymore. Carnival came through and just started beating everybody up. Now it's just Carnival and Princess. Carnival and Princess is all I ever hear. Carnival and Princess. They started making, with the help of Galliano, one of the ingredients, they started making, not this. I don't know why I keep flashing to this. It wasn't this. It's a metal version of this. It looked like a pineapple. And it also had the ingredients right on the side, which is fine. I don't think, now I don't care. I literally am on here. I consider myself to be sort of like the masked magician, right? I'm trying to demystify this all for you. If our friend Benito Cupini, though, didn't want his recipe getting out, kind of a bummer that they plastered it right on the side. Some people want to hold on to those recipes. Bartenders don't get paid for coming up with recipes. We get paid to put together menus. But if we put together a menu that is all classics, we get paid the exact same amount as if we put together an all painstakingly personal to us. This cocktail reminds me of my mama. You get paid the same as if you put a Manhattan. It's the exact same thing. So I feel a little bad for him, but let's get into it. Let's start making it. We all know exactly how this cocktail goes because, like I said, it was written on the freaking cups. Is this the official drink of the band Heart? Barracuda! I was looking for that soundbite today, but my show on Fridays, Mixed Cocktail Hour, youtube.com/Mixed Cocktail Hour, we did get DMCA'd for putting up seconds of the movie, which plays constantly on TBS, called The Big Lebowski. So I don't know what Barracuda's force, or I don't know what Hart's lawyer force is. Wasn't about to go after Hart, is what I'm saying. Feel like that's how you get your feelings hurt. Attacking the heart. Let's begin. We're gonna start off with let's start off with the cheapest ingredient first. I had a big weekend over here making cocktails for a cousin of mine came over. So I ran out of limes. So we're going back to lime juice in the bottle. I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel good about it, but I don't feel bad about it, you know? It's one of those things. We're gonna be putting in just 3/4 of an ounce. Sorry, don't do that. 1/4 of an ounce, please. Just 1/4 of an ounce. This is not a super sour cocktail, just a little lime to brighten our little days as we move through this thing that we call life. Feeling a little introspective today. Next thing we're gonna be putting in is this guy. This is Galliano. Now, full disclosure, Galliano has paid me in the past. The company called Bowls company has paid me in the past to promote their products. That is, I'm putting it out there. Mostly to say to all other companies that are watching that I will be paid to promote your product. I'm just saying, send money. But Galliano is a very, very nice liqueur. It is one of the main ingredients in one of California's most famous cocktails, the Harvey Wallbanger, created in California, named after, we think, a dude named Harvey. We can't be sure though. 1/2 of an ounce of this. Now, if you don't have any of this stuff at home, you can do a sort of a ginape if you want. So like a yellow chartreuse would work for this. A green chartreuse might be a little sweet, but yellow chartreuse might be a little sweet too. But find an Amaro that you like. This is an Italian cocktail. Find an Amaro, get with it. The next thing we're gonna be adding is just a touch of simple syrup. Simplest of all syrups, 1 part to 1 part, just a dash, folks. Just, it doesn't smell like anything. I don't know why I smelled that. Didn't put the Galliano in there. There we go. Just a dash. Bloop. Just to sweeten it up, because we will be adding a very sweet ingredient to this next. That is going to be Trader Joe's brand pineapple juice. This is the last can of this at my house, so I'm going to have to either buy more or go back to Dole. Put in 1 full ounce of that. Now, this drink did call for a specific rum. I looked this rum up, and I couldn't get it to my house quick enough because they don't make it anymore. I would have to make it myself, and I wasn't into that. I had mere moments before the show started to get this going. So we're going to be putting in another. We're looking for an aged rum, an aged rum. For those of you asking, Smith & Cross is fine. It's not exactly the same, but before you guys start asking, Smith & Cross is just fine. We're gonna go ahead and put in a full ounce of this bad boy. This is an XO from many islands. It is an accumulation of rum from from many islands. All the islands got together, stood in a circle, each poured a little of their rum out into a barrel, and then they let it sit. I think that's the ritual. Smells good. That's that. Let's give this a shake. Now, there's only 1 ounce of rum, so I don't see the Apostle in here. I know the Apostle is on another one of his fabulous tiki tours. So when he watches this later, just know, buddy, there's a reason there's only 1 ounce of rum in there. It's because we're not done with booze. We have Moss booze put into this cocktail. Throw this in here and give it a shake. Practicing a new shake technique. I don't think I've found it yet, but I'm working on it. What rum were you looking for that they don't make anymore? Well, there's lots of them. I forgot the name of it. I looked it up, forgot the name of it. Can't find it, don't have time. I got too much stuff up here that I don't have any room for anything else. If you guys look it up, tell me what it is. Yeah, Apostle of Tiki is sitting here, arms crossed. Immediately, I heard him.
Oh, no.
He said, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, 1 ounce, he said. No. No, there will not be an Apostle pour today. Instead, we are going to take this and pour this into our pineapple. Now, you look at this, and what do you say? You say,
Oh, no.
oh, no, again. There's too much room in here. What are we going to do? Huh? Show you what we're going to do. We're going to add some of this. This is Cook's. It's tough to call Cook's a champagne. First of all, it's made in California, so you can't call it champagne. It's also tough to really be into Cook's. It's hard. You can try. But you know what Cook's is great for? That little pop. Also, it's great for adding to cocktails. It really, when you are adding a sparkling wine to a cocktail, the real flavor of the sparkling wine is not that important. Let's do that one time. It's not that important. That's how I whisper to you guys now. We're going to go ahead and put enough in here to fill the glass. Now, obviously, glasses change. You know, volume. So if you have a gargantuan glass, you're really only looking for about, at most, 4 ounces. I think that's about what I have in here. Let's see, two, a little ice. Yeah, it was about half full. Maybe I had 3 ounces in here. So yeah, that's about 4 ounces I've added into it. That's that. We can, of course, decorate this. And we will. Because that's what people call for. People love the decorations. Let's find a spike over here. There it is. We have a little trident. God of the sea. Apollo, what was his name? Who was the god of the sea's name? I forget. It's not Apollo for sure. That's a theater in New York. We're just going to throw this right onto here. And this is, of course, a cocktail that you would get on a cruise ship. We cannot do a cruise ship cocktail without a parasol. Throw that parasol right in through here. And look at that. I don't just throw the term masterpiece around all that often. So I won't today, but other days I will throw around the term masterpiece. I'm going to drink this with a straw. Neptune! We got him. Neptune, not Apollo, Neptune. Neptune was the god of the sea. Thank you, Paul. We're going to go ahead and throw this guy in here. And it's perfect. Classic cocktail. Classic cocktail so much that it actually has won many, many awards. It won in I want to say 56. I want to say it, but it might be wrong. This won for best long drink in Italy. They have competitions for each particular type of drink. A long drink is one that is served long. Like in one of I'll have one. in like a Collins glass or a tall pineapple. That's that. So good. Poseidon also. Thank you, Mark. I think that is, it's Greek versus Roman, right? Is what we're dealing with. Neptune versus Poseidon. I don't know.
This is the way we talk in Tucson, Arizona.
We mess up our gods in Tucson, Arizona. Also because...
That's all I am. Just a regular human bartender.
Just a regular human bartender. It's very nice. It's a very well-crafted cocktail. Perfect for days out at sea. That is that. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is kind of a quick one. I didn't think anybody was going to be showing up. I literally thought you all would be at barbecues. Maybe I can assume that you are all at barbecues, and I am, for some reason, on the big screen at your barbecue, that you all said, stop that cooking right now. Where is your portable TV? And then everybody ran in, grabbed the TV, took it out. Now they're watching. That's what I assume. Thank you, David. Appreciate you, buddy. Okay, tomorrow we are doing Tiki Tuesday. Show up for Tiki Tuesday where we do tiki cocktails. On Wednesday, the most controversial show that has ever been. Not just now, but in times yonder and times ahead. Drinker or Stinker. We are going to be going through old cocktail books and finding drinks, whether they are that have weird ingredients that we don't know that well, making them and seeing if we would ever make them again. Thursday, Sneaky Tiki or Keeper's Choice. Friday, youtube.com/mixed cocktail hour. That's at 5 o'clock. We'll be doing drinks from the 1950s there. Get yourself ready. Saturday, we are going to continue with the 7-part course. Last week, we did aromatics in the style of the old fashioned. This week, we're going to be doing aromatics in the style of the martini and the Manhattan. So fortified wine, basically, how to add fortified wine correctly to a cocktail, and that is that. Thank you guys so very much. Apostle did not think I was going to show.
Anyway, I started blasting.
I just started blasting. I came in, kicked the door down to the bar, and I said, I'm doing it. So I did. I did show. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see all of you, hopefully, at some point this week. I want to thank you guys all so much for showing up. Let me make sure that the credits will roll this time. I've had some problems with the credits. It's very important to me that you guys are all credited. That is that. As the Italians say when they are docking in Portofino, and they all look at each other just as a hurrah that they got there, they all say bye bye, 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 bye bye.
Wow, wow, wow. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Oh no. bye 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 bye.